Hi, I'm Chris Aquilino. I'm a corporate executive chef with Compass Group North America. I'm on the planning committee for the St. Jude Celebrity Chef and Wine Dinner, but I'm also a patient dad. My son was diagnosed with acute T-cell leukemia back in 2018. If it wasn't for St. Jude, he may not even be here today. We're not done yet, however. We're looking forward to celebrating our No More Chemo party and ringing that bell early next year. Our experience at St. Jude, whether it's been at the local affiliate or at the main campus in Memphis, has been nothing short of amazing. Everyone there is just focused on one thing, and that's your child's well-being. Though our plans for the Celebrity Chef and Wine Dinner may look different this year during these uncertain times, one thing still is true. Families and patients will never receive a bill from St. Jude for travel, food, or treatment, because all families should have to worry about is helping their child live. The work St. Jude is doing is only possible through community support. Because of generous donors, their mission continues, finding cures and saving lives. Today, with the help of some of my amazing friends, we're going to show you how to make a great family dinner. With many of us spending more and more time together right now, I think these are the perfect recipes to share with that in mind. And hopefully we'll teach you some new tricks along the way. Thank you so much. Go ahead, chefs, take it away.
Thank you, Chef Chris. Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna make spatchcock chicken with this, with some herbs, a couple different lemons, and some spring onions. Let me show you how to do it. We are going to cut off the neck bone of this little chicken. Save that for some stock. I just have been accumulating different little chickens over the past couple months, and then taking the neck bone and the wing tips typically and use those for a stock. So I just actually made some today. Because you don't really want to grill these, they will get burnt, those little tips of the wing tips. Okay, what we have to do here is cut out the backbone. And typically I have some poultry shears, but I'm going to try these. I don't have any on me at my mom's house here, so I'm just going to use these scissors and cut right along the side of the backbone there. And I'm going to cut the other side. Of course, we can save that for the stock also. And this way, what we do is just flatten this out like this. Now we can prepare it the way we like it, and then just grill the whole thing on two sides. I've got a whole bunch of herbs. I've got sage, thyme, rosemary, parsley, and some bay leaves. And we're just gonna kind of smother all this all over the chicken, inside and out. And then I've got a lot of rosemary here, so I love rosemary and lemon with grilled chicken or roasted chicken. And then also, I've got 2 lemons. I've been working on these guys, taking off some of their peel here and there, so I'm gonna keep taking off some of the regular lemon. And if you can get a Meyer lemon, it's just a nice extra flavor of the rind. Critical, salt and pepper. That's salt. Peppermill. So we'll start with a little olive oil. Well, we'll just do this one side first. And sprinkle it with some salt. Mediterranean kind of Turkish spices here. So this is just fennel seed, coriander seed, and a couple of chili pepper, like Urfa and Aleppo chili. And I really like that flavor kind of just subtly in there too. So wait, there's another thing we have to do here. This is actually going to help keep everything flat when we grill it. So we stick a skewer through the breast and then into the leg. Same thing on the other side. If you have it. It's not critical, but it's a nice way to keep everything kind of all in line when you're flipping it over on the grill. Cool. Now, I can also take this and marinate the whole other side. So, again, with all the so I've got the spatchcock chicken here, all covered in herbs and garlic and lemon and all that stuff. It's been marinating for a good hour. I'm going to use this cooling rack. It's just what I've got in the kitchen here. And so I can save some of those herbs. Put it on the grill. And then we're just going to lay this baby down here. Putting it breast side. All right, we're gonna take out these skewers. You can see our chicken here is, it's a really cool way to cook chicken because you've got both sides just grilled more evenly because they've been flat. I'm just gonna put my scallions or spring onions on the plate. And then take off the thigh and the leg here. Of course, you can present the whole bird flat as it is. All right, a good squeeze of lemon. That was the Meyer lemon, a little bit of this lemon. Just a little steamed turnip, and I can handle a little lemon also. So we'll just squeeze some lemon over the top, a little olive oil on the turnips, and a little sea salt. Hey you guys, it's Elizabeth Faulkner. I made some spatchcock chicken on the grill with some turnips and scallions, and I'm going to hand this chicken over to the next chef. Thank you so much. Chef.
All right, guys. Oh, 1 second, guys. Ah, there it is. Thanks, Elizabeth. How do we do that? That's wild. Anyway, guys, it's Jet Tila here. So my course is chives, right? So I want to do something that's super delicious that we do it at the house, and kids can eat it as well. We're gonna do crispy smashed potatoes. We're gonna start with these smaller potatoes. I like about golf ball size. Golds, there's also pinks. I'm mixing it up. So what I'm gonna do is bring some water to the boil, and shout out to Ali Tila's on the camera here. You're getting really good at that, Ali. Look at that, a lot of salt, salty like the ocean. And we're just gonna gently put these potatoes in, and we're gonna cook them until they're fork tender. Depending on the size of the potato, I don't know, 12 minutes. Let's say, but you know what? The fork is your friend, okay? And that's not a violence joke. It really is. All right. I'm gonna cook them until they're fork tender. Elizabeth, you gave me so many chives. Like I don't know what to do with these all. And after they are fork tender, you're gonna drain them. which I've already done because you don't want to stare at this mug. You want to be giving money to St. Jude's. That's what you want to be doing. So I've done some ahead. Allie, come on down and meet me here. I've started the oven at about 350 to 400. And these are previously cooked. And all you must do to make these crispy and delicious is take a fork and I beat, don't get crazy, all right? Look, I just want to smash them so they kind of stay in one piece, but they expose all that luscious, creamy potato. And if you get one of these where you get the skin, just flip the skin up because that's all deliciousness right there, okay? So, so the second step of this is get these in a sheet pan, more than 3 preferably, and you want to balance out 2 different fats. I want to go olive oil, just a touch. Again, look, I ain't gonna lie, the more oil and the more butter, the more delicious. So if you're kind of like, going for it, just go for it. If you're kind of like, I'm scared, then do one of these things, whatever, dude. But to get more flavor, I'm gonna show you another kind of trick. Allie, come on in on this one. Cold butter, right? And a planer. This is a planer. So you could freeze your butter a little bit, and then look at that. It makes butter string. Look at butter string. Look at that. Who doesn't love butter string? Then you knock the butter string onto the actual potato. Yes, this is my trick. You're welcome. Because I've given you this trick, all I want in return is raising a ton of money for St. Jude. So, all right, I'm not done. We got to make these even more delicious, all right? Salt and pepper right there. And then I want like fancy salt. Bear with me, bear with me. There it is. I want flaky salt. So well, check this out. Get really tight on this, Allie. Flaky salt. Oh yeah, that Malden salt. And that's it. Okay, this is not enough oil. All right, I want these crispy and delicious. These are ready. Make a whole giant platter of these. This is gonna go into the oven. I have a magic oven. It's called a TV oven because I put food in and then I get to take out finished potatoes. They actually multiplied too. I don't know how that happened. It's just how TV works, all right? These are, I'm gonna prove to you how crispy they are. Watch this, listen. Oh my God. That's good enough as it is, but I'm gonna show you how to make it even more delicious. Watch this. Put them in a bowl. Get them all in the bowl. These can be finger foods too. Get some number sour cream. Oh man, are you hungry?
I'm super hungry.
This could be creme fraiche if you're fancy, okay? But sour cream will suffice. I came from very humble beginnings. And then, remember those chives? Let me get a real knife. Get some chives or some scissors. I'm not even gonna go knife. I'm so crazy. Hiya, okay. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna line up my chives, snip off the end, and I'm just gonna slightly at an angle chive these up. All right, my friends, your job now is to cook this at home and go donate tons of money for a phenomenal cause. You know how amazing St. Jude's is. Let's raise a lot of money for them while Allie and I go eat these. You know you want these. I know you do. So, all right. I have some butter left over. It's time to go to Chef Norman. So from the Tilas, we'll see you later. Norman, your butter.
Hi everybody, I'm Norman Van Aken. I'm really pleased to be here with St. Jude and my colleagues that I'm cooking with here virtually. It's the hair for now as we know it because, hey, we have to adapt to the times. I am going to be receiving, I understand, some butter. So Jet, thank you for switching over to this beautiful silver bowl. Here's the butter that you've given me. I appreciate it, brother. I'm going to go ahead and keep it cold because I'm going to be making a butter sauce that goes with asparagus. And so we're going to get the asparagus rolling right now. I've gone ahead and trimmed some asparagus and put it in a nice little string. I've got salt in the water to keep it green and luscious and beautiful colors. When you're working with asparagus, if you break it like that, it falls along its natural break point, and that means you're going to get the tender stuff by doing that. So you can use those stems for a puree, but they're a little more texturally tough. So we're going to let this cook for a few minutes. I've got a pot on the stove where I've made a reduction, but let me show you how I made this reduction. To make a beurre blanc or a citrus butter sauce in this case, we have shallots, ground black pepper, freshly toasted and ground, we always do it that way, broken bay leaf, our fresh orange juice, and some champagne vinegar, and a nice sauce pipe. So this all goes in here, and if you've ever made a beurre blanc, you know these are the basics. You can vary the acids and things like that. You can use different fresh herbs. But we're going to go ahead and take this and reduce it down to a glaze. And then we're going to add a little bit of cream and, yes, that powerful, beautiful thing called butter. So let's go back over here to the stove. And I will see that my asparagus is cooking nicely. Since we're serving this hot, I don't have an ice bath, but if you were going to cook it ahead of time, you would do that. You would make an ice bath and shock it when it comes out of there. We don't want to overcook it. Now, this reduction is the color that it gets is after all the citrus juice and all of that, the champagne vinegar, the shallots, the black pepper have reduced. So it's pretty syrupy at this moment. So I'm jacking the heat back up. But while that's happening, let's talk about St. Jude. This is an extraordinary charity, folks. I've been pleased to be able to be a part of helping them out. You can help them out too by donating. The children that go to St. Jude, their families never see a bill. Can you imagine that in this world where a Band-Aid seems to cost $30? So we need to do things for St. Jude because they do so many things for us. So please be generous, like I'm going to be with this butter in a moment. So I think my asparagus is probably pretty happy. Let's take a look. Let's just keep a feel, we're good. And we'll let that sit there, and I can actually cover it a little bit to keep it warm. Now, you got the big bubbles going here. Turn off the asparagus water. We want to reduce because we don't want the butter sauce to have a color that's not beautiful. In the interest of time, because we don't want to waste a whole lot of time doing this, I'm going to take a little bit away. Yeah. And then add the cream. Normally I would have the time to just go ahead and let that reduction happen, but I don't have all that time today. So we're going to let this butter come back to a boil, and I'm going to walk over there and retrieve the cold butter. To make the emulsification happen, some people leave the butter out and it's warm, and what happens is that the emulsification doesn't hold. It doesn't have the grip that it does by adding cold butter. So you take your butter, and I'm using unsalted butter, and you cut it into small cubes like this. And then you might want to make sure you've got a good song playing on the radio, because it makes the time go better. So it's broken up like this, and then you'll have a pot and a strainer such as this one ready to go. This is what the reduction looked like, well, before it became a reduction. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut the strings off my asparagus. And keep that warm again. See our bubbles here? Yeah. You got to keep a close eye right now, because this is when you got to work with a proper temperature. There is a sort of a window of temperature that you don't want to get too cold or too hot. So by having it simmering and bubbling just like this, we have that right temperature. So because it's good and boiling, and because I've got a nice heavy saucepan, that's going to let me incorporate the butter fairly rapidly. Keep it moving. By having the butter cut in small chunks like this and cold, you're modulating the temperature of the citrus butter. So let's keep it going. While I'm doing this, take a minute to think about St. Jude and how you're going to get involved, because getting involved with St. Jude has been some of the most gratifying work that I've done in my professional career. I've been happy to do some charity dinners with them and meeting the children that are patients at St. Jude and their parents and the surgeons and doctors. It's just like uplifting. You know, you just feel like there is hope in the world. So that's about where I'm going to go with this. Just get the last bit of the butter melted. Yeah. And now we're going to strain off the butter sauce, or beurre blanc if you like. Turn off this. And then I've got this already set up. So I pass the butter through here. Florida is the Sunshine State. It's also where we have great orange groves. So I like to use the products from Florida because I'm a Florida-based guy. Okay, through a fine strainer like that, it's ready to go. My asparagus is here and ready to go. I'll bring it over close to the plate. And however many spears you want to give each person. I love the color and the natural look of that asparagus, so I'm going to put the butter sauce underneath it. Yeah, you can go a little crazy, it's okay. And then our asparagus. And like Jet said, you know, 2 different fats really are a good idea. So, and I'm a lover of olive oil, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little extra virgin olive oil. And if you're not allergic to nuts, some almonds are a classic with asparagus. So that is going to be the vegetable side of what we're doing today. So it's asparagus with almonds and citrus butter sauce. It's been fun cooking with you. Come see me in Florida. Just ask for Norman. And I have some fresh orange juice left over from my friend Chris. Chris, here you go. Make something delicious.
Thank you, Chef Norman in Florida, fresh from Florida, Floridian oranges. So grateful for Norman and Elizabeth Faulkner and my man Jet Taylor out there in Los Angeles for participating in this video. My name's Chef Chris Brown. I am the Chief Culinary Officer for Compass Group and have been involved in the St. Jude's event for probably 7 or 8 years now. With all my chef friends coming in each year and doing the event. Unfortunately, we're not going to be together this year, hence why we're doing this viral video, and so great that we're doing this. And St. Jude's is such an important cause. I have 3 beautiful children with my wife Mika, and their health and well-being is utmost important to us. And you step foot in a hospital or any sickness is just so scary. And you know, cancer does not go away. We may be all that old right now, so we can do these great things together. But cancer doesn't stop. Even though everything else seems to have stopped right now. So if this helps, and unfortunately again we're not going to be together in a few weeks, but those of you who have auctioned, been in the auction and my auction dinner, I'll be doing a viral auction dinner, and I'll be doing a tasting dinner for 8 to 10 people again. You know what you get when you've already eaten my food, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to do this. So I'm going to do this lovely fresh orange. I'm actually going to do a very simple dish, a dessert, to finish off the rest of the courses. Doing carrot cake ice cream. So you can make your own carrot cake at home if you want, or you can buy carrot cake. You can make your own vanilla ice cream if you want to be ambitious, or just go buy vanilla ice cream, brand of your choice. I'm doing it with a caramelized orange and carrot sauce, finished with a little bit of turmeric. Carrots are an amazing source of nutrients, nutrient-dense vegetable, great for offsetting, preventing cancer, along with turmeric as well. So these are 2 great ingredients to use in a dessert, so it's somewhat healthy. So I've segmented this orange up, and here's the other orange that Norman flew in for me. So you take out the outside of the skin, and pretty much just take the segments out, just like that. I wanted to find everything I've got here today is you can get from your grocery store, because we had to get it brought in. I love the English Terry's Cadbury's chocolate. If you've ever had them, I'm searching to get one of them here so I can crack that one open, but couldn't do it in time. So the orange sauce is 1 cup of orange juice, freshly squeezed, 1 cup of carrot juice, freshly squeezed. I'm going to combine them. That is not like my formula. Combine them in a pan here. And then in a separate pan, 1 cup of sugar with 2 ounces of water. And you basically boil the water and sugar together until it goes a golden caramel color. And then add the carrots and orange juice, and then you get this beautiful sauce, which I'm going to warm up momentarily. There's no studio kitchen here, but we're doing the best we can. I'm very lucky enough to have a ring light going on. I'm a professional photographer with my wife. It's fantastic. I feel like American Idol right now. So, carrot cake. This is all very exciting. I'm going to move my cocoa powder over here. I'm going to show you some fun little garnishes. So again, you can do this with any of your favorite cakes. You know, you can make banana bread ice cream. That's awesome. I'm not promoting Haagen-Dazs because we like Haagen-Dazs. So free advertising for Haagen-Dazs. Banana bread is pretty awesome too. So we have like caramelized bananas and nuts and chocolate sauce. I'm in Detroit, Michigan right now, so Sanders hot French sauce would be good. Red velvet cake, lemon chiffon cake, any cake you want, and then just mix it, giving you a bit of ice cream. That is not rocket science. And here we go. So that is all mixed in like that. See? Sure you can see it. So you have the general idea. I'm just going to pop it back in the container. Because then you can put it back in the container for later or whenever you want. I'm trying to do this in one set, so you're all going to be very impressed with me. And it's going to save the editing process. So, that is carrot cake ice cream, right there. Could be any easier. Alright. I've got some garnish here. These are little chocolate multi-balls, which are kind of fun. Something I did earlier. Cocoa puffs. Just normal cocoa puffs with rolled in chocolate and cocoa powder. And I've got some cream cheese here. And a little cream cheese here, which I've sweetened, so it's like frosting. Put this here. Just some little fun things to garnish the plate with, which I'm going to do in 1 second. There we go. Alright. So, move that out the way, that out the way, that out the way. I've got some added orange juice and turmeric here, which I like to just shoot it. Give you champagne too. So, we're going to do a spoon of the sauce. I'm going to do nothing too fancy. Maybe a little bit more. You don't have to do this. Just pour it all into a bowl if you want to. Look, you want to impress your guests. And then carrot cake ice cream on top. Like that. That looks so good. And little frosting side. Malted chocolate. I think they're called goobers over here. Goobers? Honey, is it called goobers? What are they called? Hopper? Christian, what are they called? Malted chocolate. There's actually a
Whoppers?
Huh?
Whoppers?
Yes, Whoppers. That's what these are. In England, they're called Maltesers. I've got some cream cheese. It's kind of fun. I just used a little melon baller. A lot of people have in their homes. Cocoa Puffs. Can't go wrong with a few dusted Cocoa Puffs. There you go. And maybe an orange segment or two. 1, 2, maybe 3. There we go. So that's carrot cake ice cream. I just cut out a little disc of the carrot cake just to serve it on with the caramelized orange sauce with carrot and turmeric and fresh Floridian orange juice, Cocoa Puffs, and Whoppers, malted chocolate balls. So again, really appreciate all the chefs doing this. I'm so impressed with what the organization does. You know, no family receives any kind of bill whatsoever, and that's just amazing that St. Jude's does that. You know, even even in the hard times we are right now, that you know, financially and from a health and a well-being standpoint. So we thank you for supporting us. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. And I know I've got one auction dinner still to do from last year. But again, thank you from behalf of the Compass Group and the chefs on the video, and enjoy your meal. See you soon.